All right, we will call to order. Special meeting, not regular. Derek,
2026.
Sue,
Yes.
Joel is not going to make it tonight, but he did send me an email with some information I will share with the council if they want to see that. Doug
Yes.
and Ken,
Yes.
approve agenda as presented or amended.
A motion to approve. Second.
Further discussion? Sue,
Yes.
Doug?
Yep.
Derek,
Yes.
Ken?
Yeah.
On to consent agenda, but we don't have any. So I guess we're done with consent agenda. On to discussion and possible action of fiscal 2027-28E agreement between the city of Maxwell and Story County Animal Control and possible animal control options A, B, or C contract. So I called this meeting because in the time from the last meeting till today, we had 2 animal complaints, one of which was a wildcat that was caught that was unable to be delivered to Story County because they were not willing to accept as our contract had expired. The other being an animal who had bit a child, a dog. It turns out that one was outside of city limits, as far as I understand, or at least the residents lived outside of city limits. I'm not sure which, but I didn't have anybody to investigate or take claim. So that is a pretty serious problem for me and my community. So I lay this back on the council to, one, get me an agreement for tonight. So I have somebody to manage my animal control. And 2, so that if we're going to do something like this in the future, that when we make a motion on an item, that we have a solution in mind.
What about someone within the city like we should have?
I'm looking for a motion right now.
I'll make a motion to approve the Story County Animal Control and Shelter 2080 agreement on the table.
Second. Discussion. Sue.
Okay. I still think we need someone in town who can address an issue rather than 45 minutes to an hour later, but whatever time it takes back and forth, and for someone to get here. I think there needs to be someone in town who can, I think that's one of the problems that we have in town. And I know we used to have someone, but we don't have now.
Any further discussion?
Other suggestions were made at the last meeting. Do we need to reconsider those?
Reconsider what?
Polk County, is that what you're thinking about? Polk County? Is that what you brought up last time? Last meeting was Animal Rescue League of Iowa and another one in.
Yeah, that's what where was it, Doug? Slater. Wasn't it? For the dog, wasn't it Slater that you checked with on how they were doing it?
They were still using Animal Rescue League of Iowa.
Right,
Yeah.
but the one objection that was brought up was cost, but I think we have to look at how many times has that situation arisen that we would have those costs. And like I said,
Potentially twice in the last week.
but in the last 2 years, how many times, Derek? You know, it's
I
a
can tell
what
you,
if.
I investigated 3 dog complaints that could have resulted in other issues. We've had about 100 meetings in regards to changing our ordinances about how we're going to impact this. And one of those changes became that we added to our ordinances that we will have an animal control, and our animal control is a contract. Now, how you like to bring up how we want to pay for things. How exactly am I supposed to pay for another full-time person to cover animals?
You're not.
Okay.
It wasn't that way before,
Okay?
2, 3, 4 years ago.
But they weren't trained animal control officers.
No, they weren't, but at least it was somebody who could go out and pick up an animal and
Vicious
maintain it.
animal?
Sue,
Pardon?
oh, okay.
But what if you have a dog bite and you have a vicious dog?
That's a different story, but what if you just have a dog that's
But
running
you
loose?
have that, that's part of animal control, so what are you gonna do? What's your contingency if you get 20
Well,
or somebody?
what did they do before? They put it in
They
a
shot
kennel
them.
and then
I grew up here. They used to shoot dogs.
well, they used to shoot a lot of people too, Nancy.
No, that's true, but that's what they used to do here for animal
But
control.
I'm talking within the last 10 years.
I don't know. I
Okay.
think Tony probably did it, but Tony's not trained and so that
increases
scares me.
liability on the city.
I bring my dog to town and if another dog attacks my dog and my dog fights back, that's gonna come back on me and you don't have anybody trained to investigate. You have a city guy.
Okay,
That worries me.
how are we gonna train the people of this community that we have leash laws, that we have all of
You
that?
can't. That's why I'm a full-time animal control officer in Nevada, because you can't train those people.
And
you have to
that's
have-
what I'm talking about, is if that's the incident.
But
I'm not
it's all
talking-
in one, if
Yeah,
that's my
we do have
understanding.
I'm saying we do have to have an animal control,
Yes, you
one
do.
way or the other. But I also feel there should be someone in town who could do that if a dog has gotten loose and you can't find it and somebody sees the dog. Okay, somebody in town should be able to go get that dog, put it in a kennel and notify somebody without having to drag Nevada all the way down here for something like that that could be taken care of locally.
If you do that locally, let's say you had Tony, for
Yeah.
instance, I don't know if you have
Well,
Tony, but let's
just
say you have
Joe
Tony, for
Blow.
instance. Okay, so let's say there's a loose dog in town and Tony tracks it down and Tony gets it kenneled and nobody claims it.
Well, then it goes to the shelter.
But you don't have a contract with the shelter for that.
No, we need a contract with a shelter. We need that association. But we don't need it for everything, and that's where someone in town could take care of minor incidents.
I don't
You
know
see
that
where
the
I'm-
shelter offers that. I'm unsure.
Yeah, well, they did in the past.
I think
I
they've
know that.
I know they've changed some of their options and I don't know, I didn't memorize the contract, so I
Yeah.
can't tell you, but I do think the city, as somebody who utilizes the park and the town to walk my dogs, it scares me if you don't have a professional animal control officer that you can get a hold of
And
to do the investigations, to take care of a
Right.
vicious dog. You don't want Tony handling a
No.
vicious dog.
no, that's what I'm saying. We need an animal control, but we also need someone in town for minor things that could be taken care of, even if it's information,
You could
you know.
have somebody for information, but I honestly think when you talk about handling and transporting animals, you need someone trained. I know how trained my dogs are, but I've done this for 8 years and I know how untrained loose dogs are.
Well,
You cannot handle them like you do your own
I
dog.
had a loose dog and I was able to call City Hall and let them know. And Tony came out, picked it up. This has been years ago. And they found the owner, they knew who it belonged to, and it was taken care of with no problems.
But that's not the norm. That really is
Well-
not the norm. The people who let their dogs run are not really good dog owners.
No, they're not. And they're not law-abiding citizens either.
Yeah.
The council also abandoned their kennels.
I've got kennels, I've got 4 of
That's
them,
not, you're not the responsible party for the city. The
I
city
know
is
that,
responsible
but
for the
I
city.
will give them to the city so they can have kennels.
He's talking about the kennels, for instance, that used to be out at the water treatment
Water
plant.
plant.
Oh, did it? Okay.
They had a dog house, a run, and someplace where they could feed and water it.
And I say if we
Okay.
got rid of that, the reason being was probably liability.
Okay, well, see, these are things that people who didn't delve into things until I did somewhat.
Okay, so,
But
so
that's all I'm saying.
looking at this, what's anybody think about A, B, or C?
Motion on the table is to approve Story County's.
Yeah, there's 3 different.
But the options for second, sorry.
I have one more, I wanted to give Joel's input,
Okay.
and then you guys can talk again. Joel provided that he would weigh in that cities are not required to provide animal control. However, since we have an ordinance that requires that we do, feels that we need to provide that service, and as such, he would vote to sign the contract with Story County Animal Control as the public safety chair. He will do some research before the contract ends so that they can make a informed decision at that time next year,
Which is June, I think, right?
June 2027.
I don't think C is what we want. That's just sheltering services only.
That's what Nevada and Huxley have.
Is it?
But they have their own people. Huxley uses its officer and they do the running, and Nevada has me.
Okay.
But we also, even though Nevada has me, we also utilize Story County in certain situations. They'll step in and help us.
Okay.
That's what I was referring to, but the time to
But
get.
it's expensive
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
do that, because it's a one-time, every time we ask them, it's like $100. It's expensive when we
Well,
do
that's
that.
the way it is with Story County's shelter too.
It's not $100.
If it's done, if they can,
Off hours. it is.
Outside of hours.
I mean, that makes sense. You're paying people overtime and gas, but
well, the way I read it, it was, if
Stray animal pickup, the shelter will pick up stray domestic animals between 8 AM and 3 PM.
yeah,
Yeah.
stray.
Business animals, or business hours.
But if they need an animal control officer, it costs us $100.
I'm not sure that's true.
Yeah, it's,
Wasn't it 25 or something in there, Ken?
$50 a person, I read someplace.
yeah,
That's
$50
that
per
off
person.
hour?
$50 per officer called out involved between the hours of 3 PM and 8 AM. So that's.
So that's off hours. That's
That's
overtime.
off hours.
Okay,
$25 per trip for investigations, including bite investigations. No trip charge will be assessed for a confined animal in custody of a city employee or city resident. $10 per day maximum for unclaimed dogs, up to 10 days. $8 a day maximum, up to 7 days for a cat. $8 a day maximum, up to 7 days for exotic animals. 15 for unclaimed head of livestock. $30 for putting them down. $30 for dog, $30 for cat, $30 for possum or coon. $5 a day for rental for a cat box trap, $10 a day for rental for a dog box trap.
did I miss, is that charged back to the owner? Or is that just city charges?
City will pay.
City will pay.
City will pay, but do we then have the option of charging back the owner?
If you can identify them, it's usually the problem most of the time.
Probably.
What we've paid in the past has been a total of about $200 in the last year, 2 years. And that was mostly for housing stray cats until they were adopted.
Okay, well, that's what I was just wondering, because
It is not a lot. We haven't paid a lot.
well, we haven't had that many incidents.
Well, they've come down here 2 or 3 times, but most of the time they don't get the message until the next morning, so they don't get charged the owner.
The last fiscal year was $775.
A little more than I thought. But that was 3 dog attacks or reports, as well as a couple cats being housed and I think a dog being housed.
So, real question is, do you want them to be able to operate independently or under the direction of someone? The difference between option A and option B.
I think B with our input is important.
Now, I feel the opposite, if I can.
Yeah. All right.
Just because I want someone neutral. When I bring my dog to town, it's like my child, and I want to know, what if the council knows and is good friends with the person whose dog attacked my dog? I want it neutral. This is like my child. I want it neutral, just like a cop would investigate. I don't want the council or anybody that knows people, if you know what I mean,
Yeah, I follow that.
very much.
That's what's needed.
Any further discussion?
So that would be A then.
So I will amend mine to approve option A within the 2080 agreement.
Second. Still.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Sue?
Yes.
Doug?
Yeah.
Joel's not here. Derek?
Yes.
Ken?
Yeah.
That is approved. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
On to number 5, discussion and possible action on authorizing the mayor to sign the comprehensive plan project agreement with Iowa State University, including consideration of adding planning and zoning training and established dates for required meeting and presentations.
I motion to approve you to give your consent on all that. There's a lot of words there.
Discussion.
My brain quit like I'm halfway through, I'm sorry.
Joel also chimed in on this one.
I'll make a second so we can talk. Joe.
Sue already said.
Oh, two. Okay,
Give her the game.
hearing aids in and everything.
So Joel said I would vote to allow you to sign the agreement and see if public input presentation meetings be set up at the MAC to allow for public to attend without being crammed into City Hall. So I don't have any problems or qualms about asking the MAC again for availability, and the date was August 26th. ISU is coming down here.
Oh, shoot, I'm sick of that day.
I'm close enough to keep doing this, you know.
Does the MAC let us use the building for free?
Sometimes. Depends on what it is that he's asking.
I'll smile when you ask.
With this type of project, it's gonna be worth whatever cost it is to get.
So we can go to the
Yeah.
Legion though for free, I'm guessing. And they're both bigger facilities.
I defer to the mayor's judgment.
I'll work with that.
My, how that.
I defer to the cheapest.
Understand that. Any further discussion?
And will these be listed as meetings then, since the quorum could very likely be
Yeah,
there?
they'll have to be.
Okay,
And I didn't know if October, if that's gonna be Beggars Night or not this year.
October 30th. This is one.
We're talking August, aren't we?
August for the first.
One of the other days is
Oh.
October 30, page 20,
What day of the week does October 30th?
Wednesday.
They're all Wednesdays. Or,
So
no, October is Friday. Unless she put the wrong date. She put Wednesday, October 30th. October 30th is a Friday.
Oh,
Will you double check with her on that?
Yeah.
So I think,
This Friday would probably be for Halloween.
I'm thinking we should have Halloween on 31st, just like it's supposed to be.
I appreciate that, but it's not on the agenda tonight. You can add it to next month if you'd like.
so it could be Wednesday the 28th that she's.
Very likely. But right for now, we'll concentrate on the August meeting because that's within range. Any further discussion on this?
Who would be meeting with them if it's not a community thing?
It is a community thing. That's what they need. They need to meet with the community residents. So we're gonna have to get some Facebook information out, start sharing and
Okay,
get it on our site.
so it's not just two
No,
of
it's-
us.
it's community.
It's- Okay, good.
The first meeting, she wants to meet with all council.
From 6 to 7, whole council.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she wants residents from 4 to 6, right?
Looks like that, yeah.
All right, we'll round them up, force them to be there for 2 hours, and then we'll be good.
I've had some pretty good luck getting community members to show up to things, so. All right, any further discussion on this? Hearing none, Doug,
Yes,
Ken,
Yep.
Derek,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes,
that motion carries. And on to number 6, discussion and possible action on the kinetic permit request for 421 Fifth Street.
I motion to approve contingent on if we even need to with the agreement we already have with them in place.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, so discussion. I got a couple things for this myself.
Okay.
One, my understanding is that we already have an agreement with Kinetic for work to be completed inside the community. And two, Joel brings up a good point. They need to get approval from the DOT since they put in cables across P10.
State highway, yeah.
Has anything to do with us.
Right.
So that's where I'm at with it. There is information in here from Wes, so please review that information from the experts.
The terminal is located close by where they can drop it down and go under.
So I have no idea what they're doing. City plans.
Wes said he had no issues with it. And my motion was if we even needed.
Approve it.
to have it or not. Yep.
My understanding was that our contract with our franchise agreement with Kinetic allowed them to perform any work within the community.
That's kind of the way
I thought so too, yeah.
I remember.
However, that doesn't excuse them from DOT work or permitting. Any further discussion? Sue,
My turn?
to vote.
Oh, yes.
Ken,
Yes.
Derek,
Yes.
Doug.
Yes,
And motion carries. And it's now your turn.
now's
Sue.
your,
Now it's my turn to do whatever, or say whatever, or to say the final.
I don't give you guys an opportunity on a special meeting. I'm
Well,
taking
then,
that away.
if that's the case, then I move we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Further discussion. Doug,
yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Derek,
Yes.
Ken,
Yeah.
we are adjourned.